Why will no one talk to me about Dave? Why will no one talk to me about Dave? Not that Dave, not the TV channel Dave that predates my existence on this earth, and is probably playing a rerun of 2.5 Men as I speak. It doesn't matter, I'm talking about the Hulu TV show Dave, the TV show called Dave, all about Dave, starring, you guessed it, Andy Samberg, no, the other funny Jewish guy,
Dave.
Lil Dicky. If you don't know who Lil Dicky is, then you haven't been living like Patrick Star, and by that I mean under a rock, because he's not exactly like everywhere. Like, I feel like I can't turn on any of my Steve Jobs made devices without seeing Lil Nas X's voluptuous lips. And yeah, apparently it actually is voluptuous. I thought it was voluptuous too, but don't Google it, it's voluptuous. I've done my research here in before it actually is voluptuous. Anyway, like Lil Nas X is everywhere. You know, it's a Lil Nas world, we're all just living in it. I wouldn't say it's a Lil Dicky world. Not in the context I'm talking about anyway. Anyway, you know, I feel like if I asked a bunch of people, like, do you know who Lil Dicky is? A lot of them would say no, and that's not too surprising considering the fact he is, you know, like a rapper, and he's dropped one album, one project, and that was in 2015. You know what the biggest song of 2015 was? I'll tell you, it's See You Again. The hit song was for Fast and Furious 7. I think we're on Fast and Furious 19 at this point, so yeah, that's a while ago. So, not exactly everywhere. Not exactly twerking on the devil. He is like arguably one of the most famous unfamous people ever. Like, he's done some mad shit with some mad people, and his numbers are crazy. Like, if you go into his channel, like, the songs are huge. But yeah, like, look at this clip right here.
Okay, I know that you had over 32, 33 of the biggest stars do your video.
Who cares, man?
I know that Leonardo DiCaprio, you went by his house and hung out with him and used his bathroom.
Leonardo, man. Leonardo DiCaprio. That man is massive. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio is so large to the fact that I don't even know if he exists. He's sort of like, I gotta see it to believe it type thing. Like, I don't even know if he's real. Like, he could be CGI, I don't know. And he's playing tennis with the guy, and his show slaps. He can rap. Go listen to Russell Westbrook on a farm if you want your ears to be consensually made love to. And yeah, so we're actually gonna talk about his TV show. So, as MGK would say, let's talk about it.
I'm Lil Dicky. Hi, I'm Dave. Who's Dave?
It's like a TV show loosely based around Lil Dicky's life. He himself is playing himself, and his best friend and hype man in the show is also played by his best friend and hype man in real life. Which just all these people playing themselves just makes it feel like very grounded, very real. There's many times they make movies about people, but it's different people playing those people. So the people who the movie's actually about are like, hey, that's not how it happened. You're taking too much stuff going. That's not what. You see how like they made that Gucci movie with Adam Driver and Lady Gaga, and then the Gucci people are like, no, this is not Gucci. These people aren't right for Gucci. We are way more, these people are too ugly for Gucci. I'm not, that's what they said that. Anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, so anyway, you have like these wacky characters and these wacky storylines, and they're doing these wacky antics, but like you don't know what's real. And obviously like their storylines are exaggerated or completely just made up for the show. But again, which storylines are exaggerated and made up for? There's a scene where Benny Blanco introduces himself into the show, and I can only describe this intro as like the weirdest, confusingest, strangest, hottest, randomest introduction I've ever seen.
Somebody lay me down, pour buttermilk all over me, dust me in a light dusting of cornflakes, front flip me into a deep fryer, spit on my asshole, flip me back around, shove wasabi up my dick hole, put fucking sashimi all over me, light me on fire, gently blow me off, and lick down like my body's a maze till you get to the bottom, right about there, and I want you to suck me right now. What's up, man? Benny Blanco.
And I'm ashamed because I died. This killed me. Am I maybe a 4-year-old? Maybe, potentially. But like, please, like, you have to understand something. Like, that's Benny Blanco. And I'm sitting here and I don't understand. I'm like, is this fabricated or is this real? And the fact that I don't know that, he's a famous guy. It's like Justin Bieber being like, oh, I ram dildos on my ass. Bro, did he actually say this when he met Lil Dicky? Is this actually how he introduced himself to Lil Dicky in real life? I don't know. I'm 95% sure it isn't. And this is fabricated and just made up for some sort of funny thing in the show to show that Benny Blanco is like an eccentric, crazy character. But I'm 5% not completely sure, and that's the 5% that keeps me going. That's the 5% that's making me laugh a little bit, and that's the 5% that keeps me chugging along, and is the reason I went back and watched that scene 6 times. Anyway, so basically because the show has all these celebrities and characters and friends all playing themselves in the show, it just makes you feel like fiction is false, reality is everything, lines are blurred. I'm invested, because it could all feel true to me at this point. You have me by the balls and Lil Dicky. But the reason Dave stands out to me is because it's a comedy series that has emotion. You know, if I didn't use up all of my tears while watching the penalty shootout in the Euros final, I would have cried multiple times watching it, because truly there's some great moments. Building up characters is so important. Like, your characters can be crazy up these wacky antics, talking about dusting themselves down in a coat of frosted flakes, but at the end of the day, if they don't come home, sit down in their armchair and show you as the audience that they are a human being, you can never truly connect to them or relate to them in any way, and never get, I guess, fully invested in them as people. I know I brought up that pretty like low-brow joke earlier, which leads you to believe maybe this isn't the show for me. It's just like it's more like for 14-year-olds on Nickelodeon who like still love armpit jokes and saying the word gay in a negative context. But I can tell you that's not the case. This show is actually a lot better than that. Also, outside of that, cover topics, they're a lot more real. Looking at topics like bipolar disorder, characters may be doing all these dumb fart jokes to cover up their own insecurities, delving into white privilege in the workplace, but also how that white privilege for white people can also in the music industry flip and turn into like sort of a white agenda against maybe white people. It's interesting to look at that and look at the music industry in general, because honestly, I don't know fuck all about the music industry. I don't know fuck about music. My playlist got like 50 songs in it. That's weak. It's interesting to see the life of like what you'd actually have to go through. Like, you just sit in your room, you just play yourself a bunch of beats until you like one. You just say random words over those beats until you like those, and then you just keep on going until you find a good combination of words and beats, and then you work on those words and beats in your room for weeks, months, I don't know how fucking long, until you got about 12 of them at least to form what you would call an album. And you've got to take these people in the ballroom, play them your combination of words and beats, aka your songs, and see if those people with completely different tastes, not the tastes of you or the audience you're trying to hit, even like those songs, to then even push those songs. And it's just like a whole, you know, the imposter syndrome that would come from being in that situation, getting big, when you've only made a couple songs about your dick being tiny. This is Dave.
Was the top, back when Dwayne was the rock. That was the top, back when Dwayne was the rock. That was the top, back when Dwayne was the rock. That was the top, back when Dwayne was the rock. That was the top, back when Dwayne was the rock. That was the top, back when Dwayne was the rock. That was the top, back when Dwayne was the rock.
Oh my god, Dave is so good. Like, and these are just like the crappy examples that I'm thinking of pretty much off the top of my head, because you know, I'm sure there's probably way better ones and more of them. I didn't go back and rewatch the show to do this video though. It is a good show though. I didn't rewatch it though because I just thought, you know, I'm lazy. There's 2 seasons out, and the way you can tell a show is gonna slap and slap forever is on the first 2 seasons. Because let me ask you this question. Like, think of some of your favorite TV series like ever and answer me this. Was the first season good? Probably yes. At least I hope so, because this is the whole crux of my argument. So if your answer was no, I've lost you already and this is all for nothing. Was the second season even better? Oh yeah. And of course it was, because that's how TV shows work and how great TV shows work. Movies aren't the same, because you watch a great movie, you very rarely see great sequels. In great television shows and great television properties, you do find great second season. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't go to uni, I didn't go to film school. But if I had to guess, I think it's because in a movie, you have this thing, this beautiful creation that you had, and it's hard to recapture that magic and build on something and explore something new and delve into new themes in that second movie. The time scale and the whole life cycle of a television show is just completely different to a movie, you know. The whole first season, you know, if it's an hour episode each one, about 10 episodes, that's 10 hours, all character building, all understanding who our characters are. And then in that second season, that's when we get to go into those new interesting stuff and put our characters that we've developed so well into interesting environments. Whereas in the first movie, a lot of that can all happen in a tight 2-hour frame, and it can still work just as well and be just as effective, but it just makes it harder to then go into a second movie and a third movie. Like, the first season on a TV show just really has to grab you and maybe promise something beautiful in the second season. The second season then has to live up to that promised greatness and keep you. Dave keeps you. I'm excited for season 3. Season 1 was good. Season 2 blows your f***ing socks off. I hope anyway. I'm really hyping it up. I hope you liked it. I hope you actually... If you find a show that does that, you're onto a winner. Again, I haven't done my research or actually checked this in any way. I'm just hoping that what I'm saying in this theory is true just because I think it hopefully might be. All it takes as well is looking at a couple stills from both seasons to like see what I'm trying to say. That like, wow, okay, yeah, that's the second season, that's the first season. Still good in their own right, but have different jobs to do. The first season walks, so the second season can fucking twerk. And boy, does it throw it back. Alright, go watch it. 30-minute episodes, 2 seasons on Hulu or fucking pirate. I don't care. I'm not your mum. There is so much more I'd want to say about Dave, the characters and the episodes and my favorite ones, but I'm not really here to review it in that type of way. I just kind of want to be like, yo, Dave's sick. I like it. You know, the season 1 ending, Chef's Kiss. It makes you go, ooh. Season 2, episode 9 and 10. You know, that's bonusy. That's just like cinema. If those episodes 9 and 10 were women, human beings, I would just get down on my knee and marry them there and then, because they are perfect, they are spectacular, and they're things I'd want to spend the rest of my life with. Until we slowly grew apart, you know, the love died, she leaves me, she takes everything. She takes the kids, I'm left on my own. But I'm not sad, because I can still smile that it happened. What was he talking about? Dave. Watch Dave. I usually do like podcasts, I guess. I used to like watch movies, but then I stopped doing. I used to like watch movies and occasionally say words, but then I stopped doing that. I might watch a trailer here and there, but I wanted to actually post something because like getting guests on a podcast, it's kind of hard. It's been 2 months. I need to post something, so I'm just gonna start to talk about stuff I like and maybe don't like, and then as long as I can say I enjoyed making the video, I enjoyed watching the video back, then I can just put that stuff out and not really care about how well it does, because even though I never had really a lot of people watching any of my videos, I did kind of get consumed by views a little bit and stats, which is not great when I was doing the other stuff. But yeah, hopefully this was not a shit video and I'm actually trying right now. But yeah, if you like this video, like the video, subscribe, watch Dave, and yeah, have a good day. Safe.
Back when Dwayne was the rock, that was the top. Back when Dwayne was the rock, that was the top. Back when Dwayne was the rock, that was the top. Back when Dwayne was the rock, that was the top. Back when Dwayne was the rock, that was the top. Back when Dwayne was the rock, that was the top. Back when Dwayne was the